The Bauhaus movement began in Germany around the early 1920s, and it wasn't just about how things looked. It was a complete reshaping of how design should function in everyday life. It merged art, craft, and industrial production, creating furniture, buildings, graphics, and objects that were meant to be used, not just admired. And the birthing of Bauhaus design came out of a few key principles that designers still follow to this day. 1. Form follows function, where every line, shape, and material has a purpose. There's no extra decoration, just clean, essential geometry. Second, it embraced truth to materials, so wood looked like wood, steel looked like steel, and nothing was hidden or faked. And third, Bauhaus design used primary colors, modern materials, and modular shapes to create pieces that could be mass-produced, shared with others, and actually lived with, not just appreciated from afar. So with that as our foundation, let's look at a few of the key reasons why Bauhaus design is so good. So the first reason is that Bauhaus design makes the functional beautiful. Every object was stripped down to its core purpose and then designed so well that it became visually satisfying. An object's function came to drive its form, and that clarity creates beauty without even trying. There are no curves for show, no details to add status, just clean lines, perfect proportions, and actually useful shapes. For example, Marcel Breuer's Wassily chair strips seating down to its bare essentials of steel tubes, leather straps, and perfect tension. There's no stuffing, no carving, and no unnecessary mass, yet the chair is strong, supportive, and many would say even graceful. Every angle is clean and geometric, and the exposed frame becomes part of the aesthetic. It looks sculptural in a room, but it's not trying to be art. It's just function executed flawlessly. Joseph Albers' iconic Bauhaus nesting tables are designed to be modular and space-saving, so you can use all four of them when you need extra surfaces, or you can stack them neatly when you don't. And so of course, they work especially well in tight spaces as side tables, mini desks, or display stands, depending on the moment you actually need them. The primary colors here give each table its own unique identity, but the overall look stays minimal and geometric. So they're practical, playful, and clean, and a perfect example of Bauhaus turning everyday function into visual order. Now, Wilhelm Wagenfeld's MT8 table lamp, which is also known just as the Bauhaus lamp, only uses 3 shapes: a sphere, a cylinder, and a disc, which creates a perfect balance. There's nothing extra here at all, just light, structure, and simplicity. The chrome stem and glass dome feel really sleek, but they're also incredibly practical. They're durable, stable, and really easy to clean. And so even in modern interiors, this MT8 lamp doesn't look old. It still works visually and functionally, just like the day it was designed. Okay, so that was reason 1 why Bauhaus design is so good, which is that it puts function first. But reason number 2 is that it actually balances art with function in some pretty unique ways. For example, this space shows exactly how Bauhaus merges artistic expression with practical design. The bold use of primary colors, so red, blue, and yellow, on the lamp and the decor isn't just playful, it reflects the Bauhaus principle of using color intentionally to highlight form and function. And each object serves a purpose, but it still feels a little bit sculptural. For example, look at this green armchair. It's geometric, ergonomic, and certainly visually striking. And even the artwork on the wall is abstract but still balanced, echoing the Bauhaus graphics. So there's a sense of harmony and restraint in this space. The furniture is functional, but every line, color, and surface contributes to a cohesive visual story. This isn't just about minimalism, it's about making everyday spaces feel like curated galleries without sacrificing comfort or usability. But reason number 3 Bauhaus design is so popular is that it made good design accessible. As you can see in this space, there are no luxury materials here. It's just plywood, bent metal legs, and flat planes, the kind of materials anyone can afford and manufacturers can produce at scale. So in that sense, it's smart design for everyday use. This isn't a showpiece, it's a desk and chair setup that works in schools, studios, or homes, and it's beautiful because it's simple, not because it's expensive. It's designed with intention, not with ego. And every line here has a purpose. Every object, from the lamp to the vases, are easy to replicate, which proves that design doesn't need to be exclusive or elite. Instead, the Bauhaus philosophy is that good design pieces should be easy to build and easy to own. And so using straightforward shapes in their designs meant that these units could be mass-produced, which was a huge goal of the Bauhaus movement. movement, bringing good design to the masses, not just to the rich. But reason number 4, and this might be the most relevant for you watching today, is that Bauhaus design is a timeless system, not a trend. Or put another way, it's not a style you copy, it's a system you build. It uses clear grids, geometry, and function-based proportions, and those rules don't age over time. You can update the finishes, swap out the colors, or add different types of textures, but the Bauhaus structure still works. And that's why Bauhaus still fits into interiors today, because it doesn't rely on trends, it relies on logic. For example, the Cheska chair was designed in 1928, but it's still used in homes and cafes today. It's got a tubular steel frame and a woven cane seat, which are simple materials made for mass production. And the fact that it still looks modern 100 years after it was designed is a perfect demonstration of the fact that good design ages extremely well. Now, in these images, you can see that the shelving and lamp layout follow strict geometry, circles, lines, rectangles, and you can see the visual grid even without measuring because the balance is baked in. And so again, these forms are timeless because they're functional and mathematical, not trendy. And so in the dining room here, you can see that these dining chairs still reflect the Bauhaus methodology of form following function. There's no fluff, just clear structure. Every line in this room is clean and intentional, from the legs, tabletops, and even the lamp cords. And so what it means is that the entire space here feels modern, but still balanced because it's using classic Bauhaus proportions. And so even a century later, this room still looks sharp because that's what happens when you nail the fundamentals. And so Bauhaus design has never tried to be trendy, and that is exactly why it still works. Instead, it focused on what matters: clarity, structure, and purpose. There's no fluff, no fuss, just pure design logic that makes everyday spaces feel intentional, balanced, and overall just smart. It proved that beauty doesn't need gold trim and fancy fabrics. It can come from geometry, proportion, and honest materials as long as the function underpinning them is solid. And that's why Bauhaus still feels right at home today. Not because it's nostalgic or evoking a past age, but because good design, when done well, never stops being relevant. So if you like this video on Bauhaus design, I think you're also going to like this one, where I look at Soho houses around the world and why the design of them works so well. I'll see you there.